Guys, it's gonna be the last time driving this thing for a while. It's sad, but it's good at the same time. Oh crap. I just remembered something, Alberto. Before we do this, we gotta make sure my head gasket isn't blown. So what's the plan? How quick do we need to get this motor out?
1 hour.
1 hour. Alright guys, you heard it here first.
More or less.
Okay, Alberto, I'm starving. I'm gonna go grab a snack. Do you want any snacks?
No.
Okay, alright, Alberto's gonna start. I'm gonna grab a snack and then we're gonna tag team this thing. Hopefully get it done in an hour. Just so you guys know we are not lying. It is 7:36. We have till 8:36. Let's do it. See this big gunky mess in here? You're never gonna see it again because we are finally going CDO9 with this thing. So that's what we're doing. We are pulling the motor so we can put a CDO9 in my car. Why are we pulling the motor for it? Just because of the fact that it does take up so much more space. We wanna make sure we can mate it to the transmission outside of the car, and then we're able to figure out how much of the tranny tunnel to bang out. Otherwise, trying to kind of do it all at once up in there, get it to fit, bang it out a bunch, would be a lot more annoying when it only takes like an hour to pull an SR. We might do some little motor maintenance while it's out too, but I'll keep you posted on that. I kind of feel guilty changing the transmission because like a little part of me feels like this SR tranny was like a special SR tranny because it's held up way more than any of the other ones. I kind of operate on a if it ain't broke, don't fix it type mindset, to where like I'm very nervous pulling apart a working car to potentially add complication to it where it may not work. However, I think I've broken enough transmissions to justify this as a very reasonable thing to do at this point. Considering the amount of abuse and dirt and everything that I've got on this car, it is also going to be very important to kind of go over everything, and we're already finding stuff wrong with it, so stay tuned. We're about an hour in right now, almost ready for the motor to come out. Alberto did notice, probably when my car's been feeling slower, I thought maybe my timing was off, but I have a pretty big exhaust leak right here. The manifold cracked right before the turbo. So yeah, so that'll be a cool little fix that hopefully should make the car feel a little bit more lively. One of the coolest parts about this that I'm extremely excited about, not only are we doing a CDO9, we are doing a brand new, fresh in the box CDO9. My logic behind that, well, I know you can get used ones for like $500–600, but I only want to do this once, and rather than getting a questionable CDO9 that some dude beat on for like 8 years in his car, I figured I might as well get a new one. I think it was between 2 to 3 times the cost, so to me it's worth spending a little bit extra and not having to pull the transmission out again, especially when it's a bit more of a pain when you're stuffing in an S chassis. So yeah, it's gonna be all fresh and new and should shift like a dream. Definitely stoked. And it's cool because it's kind of like the setup on Nicole's car. The CDO9 has an external, kind of like a tripod style shifter, so you won't have any of that crap because it's all in here. It's just all nice and clean and mechanical back here. And then they make different shifter adapters. We're gonna be using the Collins kit. I'll go way more of that tomorrow though, and probably whenever we're actually installing it. But he makes a shifter that relocates it just for an S chassis, and it should be pretty sweet. My gears are gonna be a lot shorter with the CDO9. It's something that I'm prepared for. I'll probably be running second and third. Well, I'll probably be running like third and fourth instead of second and third. It might be a little bit weird. I can always change my rear end gearing, but I'm just gonna give it a shot, kind of how it comes at first. A lot of people like it because you're able to be in a more optimum gear versus the SR tranny where it was like I had much longer gears. So I'm definitely excited to try it out, and these things handle ridiculous power. You can just throw anything at them and they don't break. And you can shift while you're in power easily. Right now it is 8:40. How are we looking, Alberto?
Almost out, almost out. Just a cross member bolt for the transmission and we got to pull the engine out.
Just so you guys know, the reason why Alberto's super motivated to get it done this fast is because he wants to go make dinner for his girlfriend. How cute. You're a good man, Alberto. So one of the other things we're gonna do while it's out, I think I mentioned in a video before how there isn't the proper silicone here for this front cover, and that's why this constantly keeps on getting covered in oil, which is disgusting. So we're gonna kind of refresh the engine, and by that I mean we'll probably just pull the head off, do a fresh head gasket, and then properly seal that front cover so that doesn't keep happening. Looking around, other stuff obviously needs to be cleaned, and this transmission, bye-bye for good. Anything else you can think of, Alberto?
Clean it.
Yeah. It's about 8:54, so a little bit less than an hour and a half. Alberto? Good work. Teamwork, although Alberto did much more than me on this end.
Alright, let's put it over there.
Cool. So we are gonna call it a night rather than working super late on this so we can get a fresh start and really get some work put in. I'm actually not gonna be here tomorrow because I'm going over to Injuku to finally do an update on the S15. I know you guys have been asking for that. So Alberto's probably gonna make a video tomorrow. I don't know what the plan is yet in regards to what we're gonna be doing with this. What do we talk about? Maybe just like pulling it apart and start.
Yeah, I gotta like make this thing brand new again. Like, I mean, not everything, but at least fix the head gasket leak, clean it all up, make it all like.
If the head gasket's leaking, we don't know for sure.
Well, it's leaking right here, like.
Well, yeah, but that's not the head gasket. That's like the front cover seal, isn't it?
No, the head gasket seals the front cover too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just because of this.
Probably the head gasket right here.
But it's only leaking because it doesn't have the silicone here, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like we have a blown head gasket for sure.
No. Just
Okay.
I gotta put sealant.
Miscommunicate. Guys, sometimes we have a communication error because Spanish, English. So a lot of times we end up
Spanglish.
saying one thing, like he wants to go to a movie and I think that he wants to pull my SR20. Go figure. But anyway, guys, I will put a link to Alberto's channel down below. I know this was like a rather short video, but we're gonna have some more detailed, intense videos of the actual doing of stuff. So yeah, anyway, so car trying to get dialed so it doesn't break more. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
When you said